Hey there, my name is Benjamin Wong. This is a video showcasing my maker project for English 208B, Winter 2023 Science Fiction. I've decided to make a game or story on my computer to let the audience interact with the computer. So I've got two of my friends to play it, one of whom is in the class and one of whom is not. They've both consented to be recorded and published on YouTube and presented as part of this class. And it was a bit of an experiment to see what decisions they would take on this story, because there's a lot of ways that it could end. I'm going to have my friend Ashley play it first, and then my brother Bart, who was actually in the Winter 2022 offering of science fiction last year. At the end, I'll include a video of myself playing it, which is just very clear, and I make some decisions that they didn't make. If you'd like to play, there are instructions on the website, which I've submitted, and is also in the description below. Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoy. This first playthrough you're about to see has the text scrolling at 4 times the rate at which it was intended to be played. This is because it was still in debugging mode when I had Ashley play the game. However, the next 2 recordings are at a reasonable pace, and if you want to really read all of the text and understand the story, you can play it yourself as well.
Hi.
What's your name?
Ashley?
And do you consent to being recorded?
Absolutely.
Do you want to play a fun game?
Absolutely.
Alright. Are you ready?
So ready.
Okay, hit enter to play.
Okay. From the EPR gates below the penetrated 16th. Captain Rosen, welcome to my office. I hope that you found the journey here an enjoyable one. So am I Rosen then? Ooh, I am, it looks like. Okay, wait. You certainly seem to have firm control over you. What kind of story am I reading? An elevator ride past an aquarium. Okay, wait. You found your journey an enjoyable one. An elevator ride past an aquarium full of whale bat spider chimeras seems a little gaudy for a professional, doesn't it? Found your decoration to be to my liking. You certainly seem to have a flair of some sort. Aha! I'm glad you noticed! I like this guy. Love my theatrics. The scenery helps boost the morale of the company. We're still trying to work on rectifying that awful smell, but hopefully it does not offend you. Well, we might as well get down to business. As a pirate? As a person in your field, I'm sure you're familiar with the Noblar system. A remote system centered around a capital planet called Noblaris. Steady stream of minerals and water, mostly plants, owned by Albacorp. That last feature of Noblar is quite regrettable. Based on Albacorp's recent increase in macrochip production, it seems that they must have discovered quite a trove of Fermi-ferrides, a Kerensky Productions spy. Player was able to trace the source of the ore to Albacorp's holdings in the Noblar system. Ooh, so we're going on a heist. Ready to pay 5 megakernels per kilogram. Okay. The smell. Okay. That rate sounds like there's gotta be a catch. We'll see what we can do. What? Is this your dog's ore that they took or something? That price makes it seem awfully personal. I think suspicious. Complications of the mission would be left to your crew, of course. There's also one more thing. It would be in Kerensky Productions' interest if Albacorp's mining venture was delayed. Perhaps some of their machines break down, perhaps some of their workforce mysteriously vanishes. Oh, I'm getting hired to murder people. Fun. I'll leave the specifics to you. I'm a thief, not a demolitionist. I'm not going to run a sabotage mission for you. Shame, unless your services will be of great value. Oh, so I'm not going to kill people. Yay! Does the pay please you? For a mission like that, we'd need twice as many kernels. I want a prototype and first access to whatever you're building as extra compensation. Someone like me can always use a corporation on their side. If we get this ore, I'll expect to be able to call in a favor down the line. Ooh. Ooh. I want someone to break me out of jail when I get caught. Ooh, is that the ore? Ah! So pixely, it's cute. 3 days later, the scent of dark roast cough fills Alterity's bridge. Any updates on the location of the ore? Fuel ship blends to the Novar system. It seems like they're digging on a Sheriff Fort. They're also recently located a significant portion of their Noblarian population there. Ooh. Michelson detection for incoming spacecraft, grounded missiles, and a small fleet of combat-ready starships. Nothing we haven't dealt with before, but not an easy mission. Oh, okay, so this is my crew, right? Okay. Ooh, and one of them has a contact on Noblaris. They say that Albacorp has been experimenting with bioengineered guards. Oh, this sounds hard. Albacorp also employs an array of drones and has a network of laser-powered detectors. ENGL. All caps. Is this a robot? I bet you this is the AI. Okay. An array of drones has a network of laser-powered detectors. Alterity's cloaking system will likely shield us from the drones, but the lasers will still detect us. Let's get through the Michelson detectors by using the same trick as on Kazi. We'll switch the main engines from Selfantine to Black Tower while we're in detection range. Let's go in through the front. Forge papers and a historian will come in through customs. Which one's a better decision? So they're digging, they've relocated people to the place, they have stuff that we've dealt with before. We have a contact, oh, but they have fancier guards, and a network, I'm thinking, okay, of laser-powered detectors. We'll be shielded from the drones, but the lasers will still detect us. Let's just go for it. I don't feel like forging stuff. They have a standardized operation across their Noblar planets. They run bots for extraction, stuff. How do they move the ore? Magneto rail. Get it into the refinery and then a hulk of a star cruiser and ship it to Noblaris. Angel, how realistic do you think it would be to intercept the star cruiser? According to intergalactic records, they're only large vessels in the system. Repeat of what happened last time. I wish I didn't need to sleep. Technically, neither do I. Although the sentiment is appreciated. When train sleep, we do not dream. I always thought it would be enjoyable to have dreams. Dreams are kind of a vibe. Planet? Map? I like the map. I'm assuming it's a map. The tundra of green dust was silent for now. How did we get past the lasers unseen? With a laser of our own! I love that answer. Sends pulses back to confuse their system. Sounds like it's not a perfect solution. What if the timing of the beams are off or if we miss some? You're right, it won't be enough to make us completely invisible, but hopefully it makes us look smaller than a starship. How long until we got to the interception point? 1.34 times 10 to the 47 Planck times. In Earth units, around 2 Earth hours. There's something coming up on sonar. 2 things, actually. It looks like there's a storm directly ahead. We can track around it in either direction, but if we change our course to the southwest, we'll run into a massive object. The object is emitting more radiation than the ground, but not dangerous levels. Either new course would still leave us with enough time before the Magneto rail arrives. I think, like, nothing unexpected sounds pretty good. Plotting route northwest. Eventually, the dusty green desert gave way to an ocean of sorts. Versions suggest they've been genetically engineered. Ooh. Swimming death machines? magneto rail comes, we'll fire the EMP. The EMP has been calibrated to kill the train, but still leave Angel and our engines up. Then once the train is stopped, we'll get on the ground. Yurik and I will head out and attach these cables to the end of a car containing Fermiferrides. Then we'll run back to the ship and ride off into the sunset while the cables pull the cargo up into our hold. Ooh, good plan. 30 minutes until the magneto rail gets here. 90 minutes later? That's not 30 minutes. Why aren't they here now? Yeah, they should be here now. Here they come. I can sense the change in the electric field. Well, they should be ashamed of themselves running late on a day like this. Activate the EMP in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activating the EMP. The train didn't stop! No! Seems they've shielded their systems. That would account for the delayed rail of the... Improvising. Do we blast them? Okay, so here's a wild idea. I can't stop thinking about those tentacle creatures from the swamp. We could try tethering the car without stopping the train. We're gonna turn up the EMP. It'll put Angel offline and probably put our engines too, but they'll definitely stop the magneto rail. Or we can fly ahead of them and destroy the rails with missiles. I like tentacle plants. Green. Ah! Look, it's a train! I love it. Fermiferrides in the last 12 cars.
Oh, you can scroll up and move a little.
Oh! Yeah. That would be good. I've been keeping up so far.
Turn down the speed.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah, the first 4 cars contain other minerals. It's unclear what's in the middle 4 cars. Ooh. On the ground, gear up and let's go before they call in reinforcements. Already on it. Despite the stalled magneto rail, the green desert was not silent. Yeah, sounds like hell. Let's just make sure these tethers are properly attached and get out of here. Agreed. And then the bioengineered monsters broke loose. Car 7 just opened. Bogies incoming. Remain calm. We found out what's in the middle of 4 cars. There's so many of them. These are worse than the ones in the DHA colony. They're coming closer. Okay, so I can spark calm my teammate and tell them to blow them to bits. I can grab my rifle and hold them off. Oh, I can tell Ulrich to grab his rifle and hold them off while I get the tethers secured. Or we can keep going with the plan and see what these creatures do next. I like plan 1. Blowing them to bits sounds like fun. I want to commit some murder. Blow these things to bits. Understood, Fairy? Subtly, could you please kindly blow these biomonsters to the other side of the universe? Orders from the captain. You got it. Lasers fire silently. Living things do not die quietly. Oh, that's a really poetic line. And sad. If only I felt bad about killing them. 15 minutes later. That job almost seemed too easy. I'm not complaining. Let's just get back to Kerensky and claim our reward. I won? I successfully completed a heist?
You won.
Take that, losers! Are there
Thanks for
ways to
playing.
fail the heist?
Are there ways to fail the heist? There are different outcomes.
There are different outcomes. So I won.
You won in a way. Yeah.
Fantastic. That was fun.
I'm glad.
I like the story.
Thanks for playing. Hey there. What's your name?
Bart?
And you consent to being recorded.
Yes.
All right. So here we go. I'm just gonna type this into the terminal, start up the game, and there you go.
I'm excited. That's tough. Do I just type 2 and
Yeah, you type 2 and hit enter.
Cool.
And if you hit a wrong button, it'll just keep prompting you.
Sure, okay, that makes sense. Whale that spiders. Hey. Nemo. is true. I would agree. He goes back on a lot of things. I've made with kernels per kilogram sounds great. Does the pay please me? I'm not sure how much a mega kernel goes for. Your types out very pleasantly.
Yeah, thanks. It was fun to make.
Ooh. This is tough. This one I would like to look the other ones I was more certain about.
Yeah, whatever you feel, whatever you think you would do.
Like, that's tough. That's tough.
You're an intergalactic space pirate.
And going through that one is funnier, but one seems more risky, which is kind of interesting. goat.
Yeah. Feel free to talk if you have any comments. It's part of the. It'd be good if you
Okay, I was wondering if
had any food or any thoughts.
I was gonna ask. I don't know what you want me to say. Okay. Hold on. Check it out. I like the names. I like the pictures.
Yeah, the pictures.
They're slightly confusing.
The pictures came out very abstract. I had to work with the terminal colors.
Okay. I will say they're confusing. Nice. I like the little setting. Cough.
Yeah, there's some cough downstairs.
Ooh. Democratus. Yeah, very abstract.
Yeah, we didn't have any pixels to work with. They came out like initially a little less abstract than this, but then I kind of resized them to look like this because I thought it was cool and artsy.
Are they based on other images?
Yeah, they're based on other images.
Okay.
So a computer takes, it's like a program that takes the average color on every, like, it cuts it up into a bunch of squares and then takes a pixel of the average color and then blocks off one, like, terminal symbol of box of that color.
I was gonna say I don't know if I fully understand what they are. Well, they're very abstract.
Yeah, I think only, like, a couple of them you can easily tell what they are.
Yeah. I like the green desert.
Yeah. Right here on a Sheriff 4.
Do you pronounce his name Fangel? The fourth
It's
angel.
Angel. So all of the computers in this world have like an order, and like Angel is a fourth order, and they all have names that are like kind of beings of divinity, but with a number as the first letter of their name.
Oh,
So
interesting.
there's Seraph with a 5, like Oracle with a 0, and the lower number, the more powerful they are.
Okay. Sorry, wait, hold on. I'm activating. Is my pay good? I don't understand the exchange rate. Ooh, hold on. Oof. Third one seems most irresponsible.
most responsible?
Irresponsible.
Most irresponsible.
Well, the first one's kind of tough too, but. But yeah, this one looks fun. Hard to stop some trains. Nice. Yeah, I like the abstract picture and then the setting. Cool. Ooh. The third one's interesting. It's so different from the first two. The second one's cool though. This is tough.
What are you thinking?
1 and 2 are similar, and 2's cooler, so I choose 2 or 3. But it, like 3 seems wrong, but kind of interesting. I'm gonna see what 3 is. They're described as monsters, so a bit concerning. Yeah, let's just see what happens. Oof. Not great. Yeah, it was a tough choice, but I thought it would be fun. Ooh, that doesn't look great. Wow. What? What a plot twist. Why didn't you say that sooner? I can't believe I almost killed them. I feel like I was leading you. Like 2 of the options were so leading, and you called them monsters.
Yeah.
So leading to kill them.
That's kind of the point, is that, right, in a lot of sci-fi, as soon as they see some kind of creature, they just blast it to bits. So what do you think?
Oh, wait, hold on, let me read this last line.
I'm missing an apostrophe on humanoids.
Humanoid. Heroes of the humanoid space. Shows the heroes. That's a great ending. That's great. I love the abstract art. I love the decisions. Was there a vastly different outcome?
You could kill them.
But what about before that? How much do the earlier ones?
So how much do the airlines influence you?
Yeah.
So like check out this. This option only existed because you went to see the radioactive object. So that's how the early ones like influence the future, is they'll give you different options down the line.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I thought about choosing that one just because it did do that. But I was also kind of under the assumption that shooting the rail was also shooting the rail with a missile, a different missile.
Anyways, thanks for playing.
That was good. Thanks for having me. Very enjoyable. I love the story. I would have felt bad if I killed the monsters. So.
Okay, I'm gonna give the game a shot myself. So here goes nothing. Ozone from the EPR gates below penetrated the 16th story walls of the Kolensky Productions building. Nemo says, Captain Rosen, welcome to my office. I hope that you found the journey here an enjoyable one. I'm going to say, I found the decoration to be to my liking. Nemo replies, but I can sense your insincerity. I can never understand why humans begin their interactions with such hesitance. Well, we might as well get down to business. As a person in your field, I'm sure you're familiar with the Noblar system. Yes, remote system centered around a capital planet called Noblaris, steady supply of minerals and water, mostly planets owned by Albacorp. That last feature of Noblar is quite regrettable. Based on Albacorp's recent increase in macrochip production, it seems that they must have discovered quite a trove of Fermi-Ferrites. A Kerensky production spy, employee, was able to trace the source of the ore to Albacorp's holdings in the Noblar system. You want us to get you a hold full of Fermi-Ferrites. We're ready to pay 5 megakernels per kilogram. We'll see what we can do. Very well. There's also one more thing. It would be in Kerensky Productions' interest if Albacorp's mining venture was delayed. Perhaps some of their machines break down, perhaps some of their workforce mysteriously vanishes. I'll leave the specifics to you. I'm a thief, not a demolitionist. I'm not going to run a sabotage mission for you. A shame. Nonetheless, your services will be of great value. Does the pay please you? I want a prototype and first access to whatever you're building with the Fermi-Ferrites as extra compensation, though. Very well, that can be arranged. Next scene. 3 days later, the scent of dark roast cough fills Alterity's bridge. Yurik, any updates on the location of the ore? Based on fuel shipments to the Noblar system, it seems like they're digging on Ashera 4. They've also recently relocated a significant portion of their Noblarian population there. Security report? Michelson detection for incoming spacecraft, grounded missiles, and a small fleet of combat-ready starships. Nothing we haven't dealt with before, but not an easy mission. I have a contact on Noblaris. They say that Albacorp has been experimenting with bioengineered guards. Angel says Albacorp also employs an array of drones and has a network of laser-powered detectors. Alterity's cloaking system will likely shield us from the drones, and I need to fix that O in the A in cloaking. Let's get through the Michelson detectors by using the same trick as on Kazi. We'll switch the main engines from sulfentine to black tar while we're in detection range. Fairy, what can you tell me about Albacorp mines? They have a standardized operation across their Noblar planets. They run bots for extraction, then take the raw ore to a refinery before shipping it off to Noblaris to be put into production. How do they move the ore? They use a magneto rail to get it to the refinery, and then a hulk of a star cruiser to ship it to Noblaris. Angel, how realistic do you think it would be to intercept the star cruiser? According to intergalactic records, their only large vessels in the system are a class EK-417, Hipparchus, and a Halberd 660, both of which are much better equipped for assault than us. Both are likely to have a much bigger and more heavily armed crew than we could stand to face. I'd rather not have a repeat of what happened last time we tried to sneak into a cruiser unnoticed. We'll do a raid on their magneto rail. We could stop the magneto rail with a modified EMP. We'd also have to account for the shielding on the generators. We won't be able to keep the train down for very long. They'll also probably send out someone to investigate once the signal from the train stops. It'll have to be a smash and grab. That's my favorite kind of heist. I prefer a little more subtlety, but this should be fun. Alright, Yurik, get the black tar and see if you can find the magneto rail route. I want all hardware inspected prior to departure. Fairy, get us an EMP, a goat, and get Alterity ready for action. Angel and I are going to see if we can do anything about the lasers. It wouldn't be great to have bioengineered monsters on our tail before we get to the magneto rail. Everyone go get a good night's sleep. You know that Githarians don't need sleep, right? Neither, technically, do I, although the sentiment is appreciated. I will have a good sleep, thank you. Although Centrians sleep, we do not dream. I always thought that it would be enjoyable to have dreams. Next scene. The tundra of green dust was silent, for now. How did we get past the lasers unseen? With a laser of our own. It sends pulses back to confuse their system. It sounds like it's not a perfect solution. What if the timing of the beams is off, or if we miss some? You're right, it won't be enough to make us completely invisible, but hopefully it makes us look smaller than a starship. Angel, how long until we get to the interception point? Approximately 1.34 times 10 to the 47 Planck times. In Earth units? You spelled Planck's last name there too. Around 2 Earth hours. There's something coming up on sonar. 2 things actually. Looks like there's a storm directly ahead. We can track around it in either direction, but if we change our course to southwest, we'll run into a massive object. The object is emitting more radiation than the ground, but not dangerous levels. Either new course would still leave us with enough time before the magnetorail arrives. Let's keep going west. I'm sure Alterity can handle the storms on this planet. Plotting route through storm. Just like storms on Earth, storms on Ashera 4 come with lightning. Unlike storms on Earth, storms on Ashera 4 have winds up to 13 kiloclicks. That's 400 kilometers per hour for those who prefer Earth units. Ah! Says everyone in their respective tongue. Angel says, what is the saying on Earth? When in Rome, here goes nothing. And screams, as a robot may scream. 1 hour later. Status report. Cloaking is damaged but functional. E-mag shields are at 40%, but we're regenerating them. Engines look good to me, says Yurik. Kinematic power supply is at 99%. Looks like all that blowing around is good for something. Looks like the Volt Cannon also managed to pick up a lot of static electricity. If we face any complications, they'll be in for quite the surprise. Next scene. The dusty green desert is broken by long metallic strips. The rails reminded Rosen of ancient musical notation. I should change that to present tense. Maybe. Here we are. Remember the plan. When the magnetorail comes, we'll fire the EMP. The EMP has been calibrated to kill the train, but still leave Angel and our engines up. Then, once the train is stopped, we'll get on the ground. Yurik and I will head out and attach these cables to the end of a car containing Fermi-Farads. Then we'll run back to the ship and ride off into the sunset while the cables pull the cargo up into our hold. 30 minutes until the magnetorail gets here. 90 minutes later. Why aren't they here yet? They should be here now. Here they come. I can sense the change in electric field. Showtime. Activate the EMP in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activating the EMP. Oh, I'm recording right now. Why didn't the train stop? It seems that they've shielded their systems. That would account for the delayed arrival of the magnetorail. It's time to improvise then. Do we blast them? We're going to turn up the EMP. It'll put Angel offline and probably put our engines too, but it'll definitely stop the magnetorail, increasing EMP activity to level 5. I never like this part. Now we wait. The magnetorail is stopping, but we're also stopping. I hate working under an EMP. Green dust shrouded the magnetorail as it came to a halt. Scanners detecting Fermi-Farads. Scanners detecting Fermi-Farads, the last 12 cars. That sentence's grammar could be improved. The first 4 cars contain other minerals, and it's unclear what's in the middle 4 cars. Yurik, we're on the ground. Gear up and let's go before they call reinforcements. Despite the stalled magnetorail, the green desert was not silent. You hear that? Yeah, sounds like hell. Let's just make sure these tethers are properly attached and then get out of here. Agreed. And the bioengineered monsters broke loose. Car 7 just opened. Bogies incoming. Remain calm. There's so many of them. These are worse than the ones in the DHA colony. They're coming closer. Sparcom Ferry, tell them to blow these things to bits. Grab your rifle and hold them off. I'll get both tethers secured. Let's keep going with the plan and see what these creatures do next. Grab your rifle and hold them off. I'll get both tethers secured. Understood. Watch my back. I'm going in. I haven't used this rifle in too long. Despite their hideous augmentations, the creatures were no match for industrial rounds of plasma. 15 minutes later, that job almost seemed too easy. I'm not complaining. Let's get back to Kerensky and claim our reward. Angels should be back online in a few minutes, and then I can stop flying this thing and take a nap. Okay, I'm gonna fix all the grammar, and then we should be good to go.